Hey peeps, Amma here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me as I celebrate how grateful I am to be able to confidently say that I have found my passion and purpose. So I truly appreciate you joining me as I share this with you all. And so if you would like to learn more on how to find your passion and purpose, then this is the video for you. Stay tuned. Last week I published part 1 of my 30th birthday celebration. This is where I was giving reasons why I've decided to celebrate my birthday in here with you all. If you have not yet checked out part 1, be sure to do so. I'll leave a link in the description box below and I'll also put it in here. So today is part 2 of my 30th birthday celebration. This is where I'll be sharing with you tips on how to learn to find your passion and purpose. So I will start with 15 tips of the 30 tips I would like to share with you. So I'll start with 15 today and I'll share the remaining 15 with you next week Saturday when I upload part 3 of my 30th birthday celebration. So in order for you to find your passion and purpose, you need to learn not to settle for less. When you don't settle for less, then you are driven to do what you are meant to receive, what you're capable of doing, rather than just settling for what is currently available on your disposal at that point in time. So that is tip number 1. Do not settle for less. And tip number 2 is you need to look out for clues. Take clues. Look out for clues on what people are saying about you, your strengths and your weaknesses. Look out for clues from yourself as well. Just always be looking out for clues and what you are flourishing more at. And so those are the little clues you need to look out for. That can really help you to find your passion and purpose, and you can flourish. Like I said, there are many benefits in finding your passion and purpose in this life. You are able to live happier. You are able to continue when life brings you down. You're able to stand back on your feet and carry on. And then, without wasting any more time, let's go to tip number 3, which is experiment. Don't be shy to experiment, because when you experiment, that's when you find out new things that you didn't know about yourself. Just do something out of this world, or something that you never thought you're capable of doing. If it means baking, just experiment in the kitchen. You come up with new ways of doing things as you live in your life, and that you can then find out what you are more comfortable doing, what you thrive best in, and that's how you know that, okay, I love this. Tip number 4 is not to be afraid to move from the familiar to the unfamiliar. So if you were raised in a certain town, for example, you don't want to forever be in the town. You want to not to be afraid to go to a different town, or if it means also a different country altogether, let it be, because that's where you'll discover new things about yourself, and you get to learn about other people as well. You interact with more people. The more you interact with more people, the more those people will also make you realize things that you were never aware of yourself, and just coming out to moving from the people you're used to new people altogether. That comes with a lot of benefits. Tip number 5 is to get back up. When you are faced with a challenge and it is throwing you down, you need to learn to get back up. That is when you actually discover what you are capable of. You actually discover how the human body is built, the human mind is built. You are phenomenal as an individual, so you need to get back up. By the time you get back up, you will actually realize that you are capable, and the things that you are gonna be more successful at when you're faced with the challenge, that's when you can actually realize that, wait, I am actually enjoying this. I have got the drive for this. I am able to get back up and be successful after a huge challenge. then you can look at clues. Like I said earlier on, you can then realize this is a clue, this is sending me somewhere. Then you can follow that direction and see where it will lead you. You'll be surprised. Tip number 6 links closely to tip number 5, is that do not give up. Giving up should not be your solution, because finding your passion, it's not easy. Finding your purpose, it's not easy as well. But again, people need to remember that finding your purpose, it's only possible if you have found your passion. So you need to find your passion, and for you to find your passion, it comes in different ways. It can come as a challenge as well. It can come in different ways. So you do not want to live a space where you are unable to find your passion. Therefore, if it means not giving up, then do not give up. My personal favorite is tip number 7, which is do not follow the crowd. Do not follow the crowd. We're talking about your passion. We're talking about your purpose. You as an individual. How are you going to find this too if you are going with the crowd? Every person is unique. We are unique in our own ways. And therefore, you need to listen to yourself and do you. And stand out, because you are meant to stand out. Number 8 is to be you no matter what. This life, we are honestly faced with people that will make us be different people. We are forced to even act to be people that we're not. Do not pretend, because then you are sacrificing what you are meant to be. Who you are is much more important. The inner you is much more important. And so you do not want to pretend to be someone else, because that will kill you. It will kill your drive. How are you going to find what you're passionate about if you're being someone else? It's going to be difficult. So no matter what, be yourself. Do not sacrifice that for anything else, because you're able to live today because you're being you. If you're not being you, then I tell you, you are not living. So you need to be able to be yourself in order for you to find your passion and purpose on this planet. Now, tip number 9 is very, very, very important. This is actually the secret to discovering your passion and purpose. This is actually the foundation. You need to listen to your inner self. Your inner self. At the end of the day, when you come back home from a long day outside, listen to your inner voice, your inner self, your mind, your body. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you tired? Are you frustrated? Are you just excited? Things are going your way? You've done something that makes you happy? All those things. Listen, what is your body saying? What is your mind saying? What is your inner voice saying? And all the positives that your mind and body and your inner voice are saying, now that you need to consider. You need to focus on closely and wanna be hungry to discover more about those things, because it is what makes you happy that will lead to your passion. It's called passion because you are happy when you're doing it. You find value in it. You can even work day and night without getting tired because you're passionate about it. You're excited about it. And so you need to look out for those clues at the end of every day when you get back home. Point number 10 is to reflect on the past. It is very important to reflect on the past. I cannot emphasize this enough. We all know how the past has a huge impact on the future and how the past can shape our current success and how we can be successful going forward. So for you to find your passion, you need to look back from when you were even young, when you were younger rather. You need to find out and think and reflect, okay, so what was I enjoying most at that time? What would I do during my spare time? Or what would I, find more interest in? Or what was I curious more about? You need to ask yourself those questions, and that is where you will actually realize, wow, I've always been so passionate, or I've always just enjoyed doing ABC. So maybe if I upgrade what I enjoyed and want to find out more and upgrade the standards of how I used to do them when I was younger, this could develop into a career that you're passionate about, into something that will change people's life as well. Because the more you are doing what you're meant to do on this planet, the more you are also touching on other people and impacting lives. And that is why it's important to find your passion and purpose. It's one of the benefits of finding your passion and purpose. You get to live meaningfully by also influencing other people positively, and that's how we create a better world for all, because together we are stronger, and you want to do that by your purpose. Now, point number 11 is just amazing. So it is about asking yourself, can you do this thing for free? If you can do something for free without getting any money or whatsoever, or any incentives, then you know that you are passionate about it. When you're passionate about it, you don't care whether you're getting any monetary input or whatsoever. You don't care because you love it. You're doing it from the bottom of your heart. That is what matters to you. Then if you can do it for free, you know you're passionate about. Tip number 12, ask yourself, can you do this thing day and night? Sometimes you even forget that you're tired. Well, if you can, then you know you are passionate about it. You know that that is what brought you into this planet, which is your purpose. You know that you can continue with it, forgetting that you need to eat. Sometimes you even forget that there's food. Sometimes you forget that you need to sleep because you are enjoying it and it's your drive. Now, moving on to tip number 13, you need to compare your results. So if you've done something, maybe you're at work and you've done, maybe let's say a presentation, and then before doing that presentation, you've actually done a couple of research and some writing. So you need to compare, okay, what was I best at out of those three things? Was I best at presenting, or was I best at researching, or was I best at the actual writing? Now, what you do best, that's gonna be your clue that, okay, I'm actually good at this. So the more you're actually good at something, it's telling you, so it means it's your strength. So you need to focus on that, because that leads you to finding your passion. That is your passion. Then you can develop a purpose from that. So look out for that as well. What are you doing best? What are you achieving better results at? If you have two things that you're comparing or you're working with, which one are you doing better at? It's very important to look out for that. Tip number 14 is, how high are you willing to go? If you are willing to go beyond the sky, where I said on my video last week, part 1, that when you have your passion and purpose, the sky is not even the limit. So how high are you willing to go? If you have something in front of you and you are willing to go beyond the sky just to achieve it and just to see the end results, then you know you have the drive for it. Now focus on that, because you'll be surprised on what you're going to achieve. That you need to consider. And then this brings us to our last tip for today, which is tip number 15. Do you find yourself smiling alone when doing that something? If you do, then okay, that can be just your purpose. If you find yourself just smiling alone working on it, you're not frowning, you're not frustrated, you don't feel like giving up, you have the drive for it, then you know it's the one. That's it for today. Now you have 15 tips to learn how to find your passion and purpose. Thank you so much for joining me as I celebrate my 30th birthday. It's always great to have people to share wisdom with. Let me know in the comment section below on what you think about the 15 tips that I have shared. And next week Saturday, I'll be publishing part 3 on how to find your passion and purpose. So if you want to learn more about the remaining 15 tips out of the 30 that I will have shared all together, be sure to tune in next week Saturday. Until we meet each other again, take care and goodbye.